If you are still copy-pasting between your team's knowledge and your AI, I can help you fix that in 5 steps. And it only takes a couple of minutes. So let's go. So the first thing you should know is MCP. MCP is short for Model Context Protocol. It basically lets your Claude or any AI that you might be using reach into another app to read from it, write to it without you being in the middle. But a plug on its own doesn't do much. Plug Claude into any empty app and it will get you an empty answer. So MCP is only as good as what's on the other end. And that's why companies are building something called a company brain, which is in very simple terms, one clean, trusted place where your team's knowledge actually lives, connected to all your sources. So instead of just connecting tools, we're going to be giving Claude a brain to think with. And in our case, that's Slite. And Slite is our self-maintaining knowledge base that lets us connect all of our company tools and lets you search across them. So let's finally get to it. Level 1 is connecting Slite to Claude. This one is very simple. I'm just gonna open my settings here, click connectors. I'm gonna add a custom one. I have the Slite MCP URL right here from the help center, but I can drop it in the screen somewhere. So I paste it right in, and I'm also gonna give it a name, Slite MCP, whatever you prefer. The advanced settings can stay blank for now. Yeah, now you have to basically sign into your Slite account, authorize Claude, and you're done. What this means is that Claude can now see your Slite docs. But it doesn't stop at Slite. You can connect it to your email, your calendar, your project tools. Each connector is another part of the brain, but Slite is the part that holds the company decisions and all the stuff worth remembering. Then we've got level 2, and this is where it stops being just a search box. Say someone left a comment on a doc. Question, feedback, thoughts, anything. And normally that's your afternoon, but instead I'm just gonna ask Claude now, read the open comments on my doc and drop replies. It will pull the threads, it reads the docs for context, and then writes answers in your voice, right where the comments live. You obviously do the final review and you post. This might seem like a small thing, but it's actually quite a big shift. It's working inside your docs now. Then level 3. This is where you ask and you get a sourced answer immediately, instead of the here are 10 links and go find it yourself. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ask it, what did we decide about our refund policy in Slite through the MCP? Now it will search across all my documentation and it finds the one where the decision was actually made, and it will tell you with the source attached. And this literally took me, 10 seconds instead of 10 minutes of Slack archaeology. And notice what didn't happen. You didn't paste anything. Context came right from the brain and not from you. And we've got level 4, which is writing back. Say you've been talking through a plan, maybe getting some inspiration for a video script or something else like a project. What I can do now is I can save this as a new document in the Slite content collection. As you see, it will create the notes, it will format it, and it will drop it in the right place inside Slite. But this can be really anything. Think about your meeting notes, FAQ from a messy thread. The thinking you do with Claude now lands in Slite. Basically your single source of truth. And now your team can also find back the things that you are creating with Claude. So the brain doesn't just feed Claude, Claude feeds it back and it grows. And that loop, read from it, write through it, and with every session the brain gets a little bit smarter. And then we're gonna end it with level 5, which is where we use Claude to tidy up the mess we've made. Because let's be honest, most of our docs are a mess. You can think about different prompts here, like find the docs that don't belong in this channel and suggest maybe a place where they could go, or flag anything that's out of date, group the loose notes into a collection. It will basically read through everything. It will propose a cleanup, and only with your yes, it will move, archive, or reorganize depending on what you want. And it will never ship anything without your permission. You're the editor-in-chief and Claude just does the sorting. You can connect to the Slite MCP. I'll leave some more links in the description. It's free to start anyway, and I think level 1 will take you about 2 minutes. So do that and Claude stops asking what your company knows, because it just knows.